Hey everyone, if you're watching this on your phone right now, you are in luck because we've actually designed today's explainer specifically for that vertical 9:16 screen you're holding. So let's jump right in, shall we? Today, we are taking a close look at an absolute masterpiece of the natural world. I mean, we're talking about a creature that literally looks too stunning to be real. We're going to break down where it comes from, its wild cultural history, and what exactly makes its vibrant evolutionary traits so visually captivating. Get ready, because we are exploring one of the most breathtaking birds on the entire planet.
All right, Section 1, Introduction to the Pheasant Family.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how perfectly this vertical framing captures the sheer, presence of the animal. But before we get into this specific bird, we've got to acknowledge its broader family tree. The pheasant family is famous all over the world for its completely mesmerizing colors and, honestly, a totally unique genetic flair for the dramatic. Just look at this magnificent pheasant right here in its natural environment. It completely commands your immediate visual attention, doesn't it? All that vibrant plumage you're seeing? Yeah, that's definitely not for camouflage. Actually, scratch that. It's the exact opposite. It serves as a super dominant evolutionary display, popping against the muted greens and browns of the forest floor. It immediately tells you why this bird is so celebrated. It doesn't want to blend in. It wants to stand out, mostly to attract mates and show everyone who's boss.
But, to actually find this walking work of art in the wild, you've got to look deep, and I mean deep, within the lush, super biodiverse canopies of Asia. Specifically, we're talking about places like China, Indonesia, and Malaysia. Picture this. You're navigating incredibly dense woodlands, practically pushing your way through thick ferns and towering bamboo. And then, boom, you spot this unbelievable burst of color just standing there on the forest floor. It's almost like a giant puzzle, right? How does something so bright survive out here? Well, it's exactly in these incredibly rich, secluded environments, hidden safely under a thick green canopy, that these colorful birds have historically carved out their niche. They thrive way off the beaten path, far from the open plains.
Moving right along to Section 2, Royal History and Symbolism.
Now, as you can probably guess, a bird this spectacular didn't stay a deep woods secret for very long. Back in ancient times, powerful kings and nawabs all across these Asian regions totally revered them, and not just as pretty animals, but as literal, living symbols of ultimate beauty and good luck. I mean, they pulled these birds straight out of the untamed jungle and placed them directly into their highly manicured, super luxurious private gardens. And there's actually a fascinating reason for that. See, their fiery colors and striking features were often tied mythologically to the legendary phoenix. So for the rulers who kept them, having one of these pheasants was basically like having a living, breathing good luck charm that brought prosperity, longevity, and deep fortune.
Okay, let's get into Section 3, Uniqueness of this bird.
So, the crucial point is recognizing all those individual physical marvels that actually come together to create this totally breathtaking visual. I want you to look directly at 3 specific characteristics here. First off, marvel at that brilliant, almost electric blue facial wattle. Believe it or not, that's an evolutionary adaptation designed to flush with intense color when they're showing off during courtship. Next, let your eyes travel back to that incredibly dramatic, sweeping white tail feathering that just arcs right behind it. And finally, check out the posture. It's got this distinctly royal, super upright stance. The absolute stark contrast of that dark, intricate body pattern against the bright blue face and the sweeping white tail, it's just literally one of a kind. This bird absolutely carries itself with authority.
Yet, even though this guy looks like he belongs exclusively strutting around some emperor's palace courtyard, we really have to remember its true nature. These birds live and thrive out in those deep, wild, totally untamed Asian forests. And honestly, that's exactly what makes spotting one so mind-blowing. It's that stark contrast, right? You've got this incredibly refined, almost artificial-looking elegance dropped right into the middle of a rugged wilderness. They bring this completely unexpected touch of absolute royalty right into the wild undergrowth.
Which brings us to our final thought for today's explainer. Mother Nature for sure gave this bird an unbelievable palette of striking colors, but looking a bit deeper, we see something even more profound. Nature also gave them a truly unique dignity. That royal posture we talked about, that super commanding presence, it elevates them from just being colorful to being truly absolutely majestic. It's easy to see why they're so easily marked as one of the most beautiful birds in the entire world. So I want to leave you with this to ponder. Just how many other artistic wonders of color and dignity are hiding out there right now in the world's dense forests, just waiting to be seen? It's kind of wild to think about. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and I'll see you in our next explainer.